session now.
Okay. So, hello everyone. I'm Shikha and I'm a social media manager, content strategist, and also content writer. And today we'll be talking about CTAs, meaning call to actions. So, we'll see what they are, how to write them, what they are all about, like basically everything you need to know about a CTA. So, Harshita, let's start. Okay, so before leaving, here's what you'll take away with you. What's a CTA? Importance of CTAs? How are CTAs different in marketing, sales, blogs, and all that? How to write a persuasive CTAs? And examples of some clever CTAs. Harshita, change the slide please. Okay, so here's what a CTA. Okay, so the part of your content design or website that asks the audience to take a specific action in order to bring them down your sales funnel is called a CTA. Basically, CTA is like a part of your content writing. So, like mostly you will think that we're talking about copywriting here. So, what does a copy do? It sells. So, in selling, like you have to convince the buyer to like buy your product, and then you have to make them buy your product. So, uh, a CTA is the part where you make them buy. It can be anything from like asking them to follow your page, schedule a call with you, or like visit your other blogs or something like that. So, so the part like it doesn't in fact in a marketing campaign, you have to like you market your products and like basically anything that you want to make your audience do involves a CTA. Harshita, next slide. So here's what a CTA like looks like. Like you see these things like from day to day, download, contact us, like all of these are CTAs. In the next few slides, there are also some examples of CTAs, what they look like. Harshita, change the slide, please. Again, here are some examples of CTAs and what they look like. Harshita, change the slide, please. And lastly, there are again some examples of what a CTA looks like. They can they can also be hyperlinks. These are mostly just like buttons or something, but they can also be hyperlinks or a simple text. Harshita, change the slide. Okay, so now let's see how our city is important. So suppose like you've written a brilliant copy and your audience is convinced that yes, it's a good product and they want to buy it. But if there's like no CTA at the end, like you haven't told them you have to click on this link and do this and do that, uh, there are like very few chances that they will actually go and find out themselves where your product or service is, or like what where actually the thing is, what they actually need to do. So here comes the CTA in the picture, and like it basically just tells them what to do. If you've convinced them, it's CTA's part that it tells them what to do next. Harshita, change the slide. Benefits of a good CTA. So, a CTA improves the user experience. Like, if a user know what to do next, it's easier for them and also for you. Like, yes, it's obviously beneficial to you, but it's also important to them because they also need to know what to do next, right? Secondly, more conversions because like if there's a thing written in front of them, like the product is in front of them, they are more likely to buy it than if there's not. And third, a high click-through rate will improve your SEO. Click-through rate is basically like the number of times people click your CTA. So the more someone will click, the more people will click your CTA. Search engine will think of your page or website as authentic, and it will improve your SEO. So it will also rank higher on search engines. And fourth, it eases out the process of decision making for the users. Like if they are seeing something, if they are seeing a copy, so they'll have their doubt, right? That if they have to buy it or not. So if there's a CTA, like there's a written piece of information in front of them that is telling them to buy it. So they will be more inclined towards buying it than not. Harshita, change the slide, please. Okay, so here comes a myth. Now we know that a CTA is important and we should use it. But in some cases, even some website users think that telling people to sign up for their newsletters, to buy their services, to basically anything, they will come off as salesy. But the truth is that people don't actually mind. I mean, think of yourself. Like, do you mind when someone in their post tells them to like follow them after they provided some value? No, right? So, like, CTA isn't like if you're doing it right, no one minds if you're telling them to do something. If you're providing value. Ashita, change the slide, please. Okay, so here comes the part of how to write a good CTA. So a CTA, in a CTA, like you basically have to tell them what to do, give them a reason to do it, and remove any reason to not do it. Like, yes, these are basically just a CTA mostly involves just these three things. If you can convey these, your CTA is good to go. And here are some more things that you can add in a CTA. Harshita, change the slide. Okay, first of all, use emotions. You might have heard it so many times that it is emotions that sell and not the product. So, like, you have to think what your target audience, what problem your target audience is facing, and then, like, just use that as a pain point and use it in your CTA. Like, mostly it works. Like, in this, start your journey towards a healthy lifestyle by signing up now. Like you could have written it like just sign up for our health program or something. But now that you're telling them that what they're going to get, they're more likely to click on it and like buy your like whatever you're asking them to do. Similarly, in the second one, it focuses on the keyword your dream home. Like it's just basically using their emotions as the selling point. Harshita, change the slide. Okay, secondly, create FOMO. We know that none of us likes to be left out. So if you tell them that everyone else is buying a product, or if something nice is going to end very soon, or like anything, you're just making them fear that they'll miss out on something. They're more likely to buy it or like sign up for it or something. So you can use that too in your CTAs. For example, buy now to not miss this once in a decade offer or whatever it is. Secondly, it's like this percent of our users bought this item, so click here to join the squad. Like everyone is buying it, what are you doing to not buy? What are you doing? So again, FOMO. Ashita, change the slide.
Shika, I had it out here that in the second example, you are telling them a data that 78% of our users bought this item. So that data would be like for on the research purposes, or that would be like what exactly our product would be.
No, it's mostly like if you see that a high percentage of your like customers are buying the product, you can use that data to make others buy it too. Like if something is very popular, then you can use that popularity to market it.
Right, to even more market and more reach
Yes.
more customers,
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead.
Okay, so third, you can add some numbers in your CTA. Like you might have heard it before too, that numbers have a psychological effect on us, that we tend to believe more when there's a number there. So use them whenever you can. Like not don't like force them into it, but if you can, you should. So here are the examples. Follow my hashtag to make the follower count 345. Like when whatever, like you can also tell them that I already have this much, join them or something. Another one, get flat 50% off. You could have like written it like get this product at half the price, but if you can add a number, you should. Harshita, next slide please. Okay, next. And this one is kind of important. Make it conversational. So, like we see ads all the time, like all the time. So, to stand out, you can be a bit conversational and a bit more friendly. Like, there can be a blunt ad like saying that sign up for this thing. On the other hand, you can like be more, uh, like be more friendly and be more conversational. Like they should feel that you're actually talking to them and not selling something. For example, want to master the art of copywriting? Here's the one-stop solution for you. Like first, you're asking them if they want it or not, and then you're providing the solution. So they're more likely to trust you and sign up for it. Harshita, next slide, please. Okay, now this. Add something unexpected. So this unexpected can be anything, like surprising, weird, bold, quirky, anything. For this, I have an example, but it's at the end. So wait for it. But okay, this one is really good. Harshita, next slide, please. Okay, and here are some other things to consider. So your CTA should be offering something in return. So if you're asking something to do something for you, you also should offer them something, right? Because otherwise, why would they do it? So it's like a give and take. If you're writing a CTA, tell them what they are getting in return if they do what you're asking them to do. Secondly, don't ask for too many things at a time. Be clear. And this one is especially for social media. Like people just throw in everything at once. Follow me, save this post, like this post, comment this post, share this post, everything at once. And people get overwhelmed and they just leave. So don't do that. Take one thing at a time. Like be clear what you want what you want at a single time. Don't overdo it. Third, create a sense of urgency. This one is like not relevant to every aspect, but mostly in sales and marketing. If you can, like this offer is ending in this period of time or something. My giveaway is ending in 1 day or something like that. Like if you can, you should. Harshita, next slide, please. Okay, next, avoid words that may feel blunt to your audience. Like, we see CTs all the time. So, like, we have, like, some words have made a negative impact on our mind. Like, you see this download now thing all the time, everywhere. So, instead of that, like, just tweak it a little, and the meaning would be same, just, present in a different way. Like, instead of download now, you can say, get a copy of this now, book now, you can say, reserve your seat now, and like simply just like that, just tweak it a little and present in, like they should feel that okay, it is a little bit different. Another thing, use first person. Okay, there should have been first or second, but okay. So instead of like simply saying book a slot, use adverb. No, I mean use pronouns like my, yours. Like they should feel like, again, it should be conversational. Harshita, next slide, please. Okay, so to sum up all what I said, see this. It should be clear what you're asking them. what you're asking from them, it should be relevant by providing, like, if you're providing something in return, like it, that makes it relevant. Anxiety and distraction, okay, this is basically that, like, removing any reason for not to, like, if there might be a possibility of them not signing up for it, find that reason and remove it. For example, when you're signing up for Netflix, they say that, a free trial, like there's a word free, so there's no, like there's no risk in there, right? So that is for anxiety and distraction. And urgency, that FOMO and that time constraint and all, and it should be valuable to them. Okay, so now how do you know if your CTA is good? So first is, like, analyzing your click-through rate. If people are clicking on it, it is definitely working. So there are, like, a number of tools you can use for that. And second is A/B testing. So A/B testing is basically you use 2 to 3 CTAs at a time on a single page, and you just see that which one is getting more clicks, and then with, the one that you see is working will become the default one. Ashita, next slide, please. Okay, like this page, like they are doing the A/B testing. They have, like, these 2 CTs, like they are offering the same thing, but there are two on the same page and they are both visible at the same time. So they are just like testing it, which, the one which will work, they will make it the default one. So this is A/B testing. You can use this to see which CTA to use if you have, like, 2 3 options in your mind, and other one, and use click through rate to test which one is working. Harshita, next slide, please. Okay, now different types of CTAs. So yeah, we know that there are, like, different stages in a sales funnel, and different people are on, like, different steps in your sales funnel, and we want them to take different actions. So let's see the different types of CTAs. Harshita, next slide, please. CTA in marketing. Okay, so in marketing, you're basically just, introducing your product or service to, audience. Like, you want them to just visit your page or just know about it, or basically just sign up for it. Basically, you want just to them to just, enter in your sales funnel. So, in the beginning, you should not expect too much and not try to sell. Use effortless and soft CTAs so that people don't bother much and they just, follow them simply and just comment. Harshita, next slide. Okay, so first thing, don't try to sell. Yes, because in the beginning, if you're trying to, like, you should sell. I mean, try to offer some freebies in the beginning or something easy, like as effortless as you can make it. Second, show that there's no risk involved. Like, you must have seen, in some websites that no credit card required, or money back guarantee or something like that. Use those kind of things to show that there's no risk involved. Third thing, offer something for free. Yes, those freebies to, like, they will enter in your, to make them enter in your sales funnel. And fourth, use personalization. Yeah, again. Harshita, next slide, please. Okay, next, CTA and sales. Okay, so in sales, it is a bit different because, uh, here, this is the step that you were doing all the work for. So now you have to be clear, like, mm, like, avoid any other kind of distractions. Like, if it's a sales page, avoid, using, like, so many CTAs on that page, because they might then visit, like, click on some other one and visit another one, and if they were going to, like, make a purchase, then they won't be. So, like, avoid those kind of distractions and make it, like, to the point, and tell them what you're going to offer them in return. Ashita, next slide. Okay, so, Be to the point, like, yeah, just make it clear what you want them to do, sign, click here, do that, whatever. And second thing, use downselling. So downselling is like, yes, I was saying that don't use too many CTAs. You can use like these CTAs, two like two CTAs for like, if there's like, if you have a subscription for 3 months, you can use, if and they decline it, then you can use another CTA to offer them a 14-day trial period, so that even if they didn't buy that 3 month subscription, you still made a sale. And third thing, avoid use of any other CTAs around the main one to avoid distractions. Yes, just like I said before, don't use too many CTAs around it. If you are using, it should be for downselling. Harshita, next slide.
Can you give an example for CTA in sales? Like what type of CTAs we can use here?
Okay, in sales, it's mostly just like, makeup. Wait, let me think of one. Okay, give me a product, any product or service,
Any product. Okay, it may be a
any product or service.
beauty product.
Okay, okay. So if it's a beauty product, you can say something like, you can use a picture of a model and say, is this the look you were waiting for all this time or something? Oh, okay. So is this the look you were waiting for all this time? You have the chance now. Click on this link and buy it, whatever the product is.
Okay, so basically it has a direct coming to the point. He buy the product now, or book the call
Yes,
here, or book my service here. मतलब whatever we have to do, it should be direct and very concise.
yes. Don't try to use like, don't use too much, some people try to use like puns or something. Don't use them in sales because they can confuse the people. Some people,
Right.
at least. Use them in marketing or something else.
Right. Okay.
Okay, next, CTA in blogs. So in blogs, it is like you don't have much to ask for in blogs. So you can just, like, they are not directly affecting your return on investment. So like, they can be simple, they can be tricky. Tricky means like they can be creative, like anything. So you don't have to think much about these. I mean these are comparatively easier to write in comparison with marketing or sales. Harshita, next slide. Okay, so always add a CTA related to the content. Yeah. Okay. So this is like, it won't directly affect you, but it is for if there's a CTA at the end. Okay. So for example, if you've written a blog on how to start affiliate marketing, and you give them a CTA, that like, you just tell them some clear steps that do this, do this, do this at the end, and they actually do this, they are much likely to remember where they read it, and the next time they search something, they are more likely to come back to your blog. So if you are adding a CTA related to the content, it is like not directly affecting you, but in the long term it does. Second thing, open a loop and then give a CTA. This is for like when you ask them to read more of their blogs. Open a loop. Open a loop means, like, there should be a few, like, tell them a little about the blog you're making to want them read. Tell a little about it and then give the CTA. Like, read more here, learn more, or something. Third, since there won't be much to offer in return, play with words. Yes, so like, if you, there's a blog, what can you offer? Like, there can be a freebie at most. So you can like be creative here. Like, if you want them to share, so you can just play with words like sharing is caring. Show your friends that you care by sharing it. So you're not giving them anything in return if they're sharing it. So like, just play with words. Fourth, CTAs for the writer would be also relevant. Like, some blogs do it, some don't. But if you're writing one, you can do it. Like you can, if you are the writer, you can add some CTA like find me on LinkedIn on this link or something. Find me on Instagram here. Visit my other website here or something like anything that can benefit the writer. Also, the next slide, please.
Okay, Shikha, can you explain if it is an affiliate blog, so how would that the CTA part would be different? Like someone asked
Okay,
for told
if
that.
it's an affiliate blog, the CTA for blog would be different, and for the like the product would be different. If the product, it would be in the middle or something. Like okay, so if the affiliate product is for affiliate marketing, taking the same example of affiliate marketing, suppose you are selling a course, so that course would be like something in the middle. Okay, wait, it can be in the end too. Yes, you can use the same, like it is kind of selling, right? So that I covered that in sales. Like if you're promote, if it's an affiliate link, you're basically selling it. So use just that sales part. Like if it's an affiliate course, start your affiliate. Uh, make that, start making that passive income now. Click on this link, something like that. Okay, so CTAs on social medias. Okay, so on social medias, like there's a lot which you want your audience to do. You want them to follow you. You want them to engage on your content. You want them to share your posts. Like there's a lot. So to avoid any like to avoid overwhelming them and also you, set some KPIs. KPIs are uh, like key performance indicators. Like it is basically what you actually, okay, define your purpose, why you're on that social media. Like if you want to create brand awareness, it must be your KPI must be reached, how many people you're reaching. If you want to create brand awareness, or if it's like you want to build a community, your KPI must be engagement rate. So use that. Like mostly ask people, mostly use a CTA for that particular thing. And if like we want other things too, so you can use like throughout your content. Like if it's let's take the example of LinkedIn. If it's a long post, then you can start with save this post, because if you're going to provide value, you can use save the post in the beginning, use follow in the end, use no wait use comment on this post in the end, use follow in the comment section or something like that. I mean, just for spread it throughout your content and not throw it at the same time. Here's the next slide. Okay, so first thing, you can show all of your creativity here, because people are on social media for mostly for entertainment. So be as much creative as you want to be. Do not be generic, not at all. Uh, follow me for more will bring you nothing. People don't buy that. You can use something like one drop of follow to not miss my upcoming post on X. Like just tell them, but you're going to bring them in return of that follow, or something like if you want them to comment, then tell them what they need to comment. And like if you want them to share, still something creative. Like just be creative here. Third, ask for one thing at a time, or spread them throughout your content, as I told you. Harshita, okay. Examples of some clever CTAs. Okay, so now let's look at some CTAs that I really like. Harshita, next slide. Okay, so I love to analyze my website. Like here could have been like simple a sign up or sign up or enroll or something like that. Instead, I love to analyze my website. You're telling them what they will get through it, and it is also like conversation. No, not conversational, but in first person. Like they're talking to themselves. They know what they're going to get if they click here. You can download and subscribe to your newsletter. See that how they wrote download in large fonts, and subscribe to your newsletters is in small. So like people will download it and they'll also subscribe to the newsletters, but like they're not paying much attention to it. So you can use these, like you can do something like that. Second, okay, this is so simple, but look, it is get inspired. Like if there was something like that, sign up or something else. Like it was generic, but get inspired. I mean, it's a good copy. Like you can use something like just tell them what they are getting in return. Same thing. Harshita, next slide. Okay, here again, you told them what they're getting and what they're getting. Like, there was a video first, and then this pop up came up, and they're telling me that you're going to get all this. And instead of saying simply that sign up or something, unlock it all now. Use, you can use these kind of words. Harshita, next slide. Okay, this is yes. Okay, so this is a services page. Here are these are the services, and instead of like I want to buy like sign up or like something like that, it's like relevant to the okay. There was this service of copywriting, and the CTS copied that. For blog, there is Bang the Blog, and here again General My Way. So be creative here. Harshita, next slide. And this is the one I was talking about initially. Okay, so read this. You can subscribe here if you're new to this shit. And another one, we're in the magic, drop your email here. So, okay. So in CTS, you can use these kind of things. This is something unexpected because like you're not expecting something to say call their newsletter shit or something like that. So if you're using these kind of things, people are more likely to click on them out of curiosity. There were some other examples too, but they could have been a bit vulgar, so I didn't use them. So you can be a bit creative or weird here. So that was all. Thanks for joining us. And if you have some doubts, you can ask.
We have some questions in the chat box, so I guess we can take them.
Okay, let me see.
There is one question that how do they know which is working better?
Through analyzing click-through rate, I told that. Click-through rate is like the number of times someone clicks on your CTA. There are a number of tools to like analyze that.
Do you have some tools in mind that you can share?
Mm, I don't have a website currently, so I can research and then send it to them personally if they want.
Okay. Okay, if anyone has any more question, they can. In split testing, which are the factors to shuffle?
Factors to shuffle it like totally depends on you. Like you can use like okay, so if you're afraid of like in the last example there was like that absurd CTA. So if you're afraid that it will work or not, you can use that along with the decent one, along with a bit mixture of both, like something like that to test if which one is working, which one is not.
Okay, there is a question. What about that curious example that you said you will be telling after the PPT?
The last example where there was written subscribe, click here if you're new to this shit.
That was unexpected, right?
Yeah, I mean, someone calling their newsletter shit.
Right. Okay, so I guess that was all the questions we had. We'll wait for 2 more minutes. If anyone has any question, they can put it out. till then, I just want to thank you, Shikha, for being here and sharing your knowledge about the CTAs. Anything else you want to share with us?
I think that's all from my side. If anyone else has any questions, you can ask.
Okay. Sovik asks that how to develop these ideas of CTAs. Any resources you want to share?
Ideas of CTAs. CTAs are basically copywriting. So if there's any copyright, you can use. There's a lady named Alex Catoni. She is like very famous in copywriting. So like CTAs are basically just copywriting. So you can see her content.
Okay. So, in the copywriting part, it comes as the CTA, right?
Yes.
Okay. So, I don't think anyone has any more question. So, I just would like to end the session here. Thank you, Shikha, for being here, and thank you everyone for attending the session as well. With this note,
Thank
I
you
guess
for
we can
inviting me.
end the session, right? Okay. Thank you so much,
Okay,
everyone.
so thank you everyone for joining, and thank you Harshita for inviting me.
Thank you. Have a good day.